Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Let's Play by Donaram.
Anime night.
Yes, very anime night. So Phoenix Wright came out on the eShop. Is this recent? Do you know, Don?
Phoenix Wright's a very old game. I don't know.
Well, I know it's old, but
yeah, we were just talking. Like the first time I experienced
it does
this
say
was
2019 on there, so it must be pretty recent.
Yeah.
okay.
I don't exactly know when it released on the Switch, but we've noticed, and now we're gonna
Yeah, this is me.
relive an old classic.
Yeah, I want to go back to that time of my life where I was driving to see the SATs while my friend plays this while we listen to Bush Light Real Men of Genius commercials on repeat.
All right, so we're gonna go into a new game. This is 3 games in one.
Yeah,
And,
you don't get you can't get a deal with it like that. 2001, okay.
Yeah, 2001.
That
Wow.
sounds about right.
So
Justice
there's
for all.
that must be the sequel, and
Possibly
then
for some.
Trials and Tribulations.
We can guarantee trials.
Yeah,
Not
there's
justice,
definitely
but
going to be.
we can pretty much guarantee trials.
All right, so play this game.
Oh,
Episode 1, the first
First
turnabout.
Oh, that guy's got like a third eye going. First turnabout.
He's got the evil face going.
Yeah, he does. I don't know if I trust that face.
I don't know if I trust
Look at this
anybody. in
lady
that picture.
sleeping upside
He's got
down.
some Dutch like dancing shoes, like cloggers. Look at that guy. I think that's Larry Butts or whatever
I
his
needed to
name
press.
is. I remember
I
him.
needed to
from-
press A, so that was.
We
Okay.
needed to analyze that image anyway, so
I really did. All right, play the first
Okay, so
turnabout.
Adam, you have
Yes.
played this tutorial baby mode trial,
I have
and
Oh, there's blood.
murder, mystery,
gasp!
gasp.
Oh no,
It's the thinking man upside down.
it is in a gloved hand.
Oh, that's why she's laying upside down.
Yeah, she landed on a ketchup
Damn it.
packet.
Why me? This always happens.
I can't get caught. Not like this.
I gotta freshen up first.
Well,
Then
we
I-
know who the killer is.
Oh, that guy was
Oh,
an evil
okay.
guy.
Yeah, this is like the Law and Order Criminal Intent. Oh wait, someone like him. Wait, who?
He's gonna pin it on the guy with the clog shoes.
Oh, that son of a bitch. He did it.
That's a hell of a
He's got a
mole
mole.
or whatever that is.
I just watched that Austin Powers movie.
Moly, moly, mole.
August
it up
3rd, 9:47 a.m.
Number
District
2.
Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Early morning.
Boy, am I nervous.
nervous.
Oh, that's Phoenix.
Is this his first trial?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the first game, and it's a tutorial mission.
Okay, yeah, so like we're up against Glass Joe for the prosecution. Hiya, Chief.
Pretty sure that outfit wouldn't be allowed in court, but you know.
I don't
Oh,
know.
hiya, Chief.
Maybe as evidence.
Woo! I'm glad I made it on time.
Okay, I'm glad we're not the only ones nervous, sir.
You're
He's impressed by our punctuality. I assume.
Oh, it's a
sounds
murder
American.
trial. For
Okay, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We're like a public. We're not. Well, we're not a public defender. We don't know that. There's a lot about your client as well. Oh, okay. So we know him.
Yeah, we're friends with the client.
Whoa, expressions.
Oh, she's surprised.
Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job.
He got us? Wait.
We're good at networking, okay?
Which, when this unfolds, you'll see why this is hard to believe.
And, well, I'm assuming there's like a bunch of anime drama that makes no sense but makes perfect sense.
We're about to enter that world.
I'm expecting there to be a harem of legal assistants that you acquire during this game.
That would, I would not be surprised. Is that like a ashtray over that couch?
I mean, it would have been.
It looks like a 50s ashtray.
I think it is an ashtray.
And this is a Japanese.
And it wasn't
My
illegal
life,
to smoke
every-
anywhere back then, right?
So some
Back in
mysterious
2001,
voice,
yeah.
some mysterious voice off stage
My
right
life,
or left here is
Everything is over. Oh man, the guards are having a bad day.
yelling. Yeah, the client's
Yeah,
the client's screaming.
the guard's my client. I backed the blue, baby.
Death, despair.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die.
Shit, is he jumping out the window?
Yeah, somebody should do something.
And you owe your current job to him. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, he's seen
Ni-
beyond the veil, so I
Well-
can see why he wants to die.
Wait,
Well,
is her name Nick?
His name, yeah, Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
But his name is His last name's Butts.
His first name Seymour.
Yeah, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die.
Okay. We're either in America or Japan, so or Saudi Arabia. I don't know.
Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. So
that was his girlfriend.
So that was
his love interest at the very least.
Yeah.
And it's paining him so much that he doesn't want to. It just can't go on.
Who
without
dressed
her.
this man for court? You couldn't rent a suit. Just wear that.
It's his face is all over the newspapers right now. People think
Newspapers
he's guilty.
say you.
But he got us this job, and we got to get him out of trouble.
Yeah, well, he's.
My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one.
He's dead.
A young woman was killed in her
She's
apartment.
dead, Jim.
The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school.
Oh, okay.
Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true.
Okay, so
He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck.
okay.
But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart.
All right.
That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name.
All right.
And that's just what I'm going to do.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
All right, August 3rd, 10 a.m.
Sharp
District
10
Court.
a.m.
Yeah, we're on time here.
Ooh, are we choosing the jury?
No. Doesn't look like it. I think they decided that for us.
All right, the trial of Larry Butts is now in session.
Oh.
And the prosecution is ready.
Yeah.
His name is Payne, of course.
Prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Yeah, I guess the defense is ready too. We're not so sure about ourselves. This is our first trial.
Him! Fucking him! Mr. Wright. This is your first trial, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can calm your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ellipsis. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Does this happen like before the trial?
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, God. Hand shaking, eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant.
Oh, shit. All right, Larry
Shit.
Butts.
Yeah, Larry Butts is the name.
Who's Mia Fey? Was that the girl talking
think
to
that
us?
was-
That was a girl talking
Or was
to
that
us.
the girl that got killed?
And Phoenix, I have no idea who that is. But
I'm assuming the next question is who was
it will
the victim.
it will introduce some game mechanics here in a moment. But you'll notice R down there if they ask you a question and or you want to
Oh, you can
evaluate your
review the court
response.
Okay, so
you
you
can review your court.
Yeah, that
record.
will look great. Who's the defendant? Oh shit! Let me
Look at my notes.
get my paralegal on the phone.
The defendant. Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. You know,
Shit, I guess he is a lawyer.
Oh,
Yep, correct. Mhm. Keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
Woo! I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's
Shit.
no way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here.
Phoenix.
Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? Don't you even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course, I know the victim's name.
Your Honor.
Just forgot temporarily.
Your Honor, I know the victim's name, but maybe you could tell it to my companion here. She's a little slow in the head.
I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the
Court record.
Yeah, we're taking Zelda cues here. Just press the R button to check it at
Okay,
any
well, check the
time.
court record. Remember to check it often.
Check it. Check it often.
Do it for me.
Begging you.
I'm begging you.
You gotta keep
Mr.
control of
Wright.
your
I heard all that.
So, I
Cinder block.
already know it, but it is Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
I would love
Okay,
if they
yes.
just changed it on you, so you had to check every time.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was...
Blunt objects.
Yeah, she was hit with a blunt object. Again, we could check the court record. It'll pretty easily spell it out for you if you do that.
Struck once. That seems important.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it was a good hit if you've seen that blunt object.
Yeah, we already know what happened, so... Wait a minute. How did you know that?
Were you there?
You're the murderer.
Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
You're having the anime sweats. First question for the prosecution. Hey, Luke, we need a voice for this asshole.
All right, Luke, you're the asshole.
Yes, Your Honor.
That doesn't sound like anything. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
All right, the statue is now in our court record. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently.
You told us that already, Mia. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Damn, he's going right for the throat.
Chief, what do you want to do now?
That's Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. Phoenix is a Southern Belle at heart. Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case.
Did you just mock my accent, you asshole?
You'll get a chance to respond to the prosecution
What a
later.
mess of a
So
defense
be
team.
ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything. Unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. We know he gets excited.
Okay.
Let's hope he doesn't ask for the death penalty while he's up there.
Him. Oh, shit, that's you.
That's
Him. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Okay.
Don, this is you.
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony.
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from the overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
All right, so the passport is now entered to the court record.
Okay, we can finally see it. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was.
Yeah, fuck
Tell
her.
me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right.
Object.
I don't
Do
think
something.
you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I?
Yeah.
I'm going to stop him.
Stop me.
Jennifer.
Absolutely
Save me
stop
from
him.
myself.
My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to the case.
Oh, great objection.
Oof. I'm sorry.
Wins.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant?
God.
That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Gulp.
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did. Maybe I did.
Uh-oh, he went. What do I do?
I just have him answer honestly at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth.
Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, I didn't see her.
Objection!
Shit.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who was your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
that's the guy. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct?
Oh yes. Newspapers, yes.
Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Witness testimony. Witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Only the judge, or can we have that?
From
Does
noon
the
to
defense
6
allow this?
p.m.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
it's in the record.
Okay.
the blackout was from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Does looking at the record give us more information, or is it just what they tell
We can
us?
probably
It's
use
pretty
it
much just what they
to
tell you right
cross-reference
there.
later.
But yeah, if you need to, reference something later, like Don mentioned, you can review it.
Now, Mr. Wright,
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
you may begin with your cross-examination.
Cross-examination.
Oh shit!
Your
I didn't know
Honor?
what that was.
All right, right.
Do you
This
know what
is
that
it.
is?
The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is
You
innocent,
saw
right?
the intro cutscene, right?
Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? Gasp. How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence.
It's in the heart of the cards.
Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, Find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the damn witness's face. Okay.
Mr. Wright, do you have something you'd like to
Open the
share
court
with the rest of
record
the court?
with the R button, then point out the contradictions in the testimony.
Do we know when the 911 call was made?
That will be exposed. All right,
I
here's the
assume.
witness's account. So at this point in the game, you're just kind of remembering what he was saying.
Yeah.
So he was
So-
going door to door selling subscriptions when he saw a man fleeing the apartment. That's not too damning just yet. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment.
all right.
Then I saw her laying there, a woman, not moving, dead.
Okay.
I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside.
So how did he try the phone?
He tried the phone.
I thought to call the police immediately. So what we can do is we want to present
No one would believe you're an attorney if you didn't have the badge.
electricity to the building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
So he said the crime happened at 1.
Yeah, how did he know exactly what time it was?
Especially with the
power was
being
out. Yeah.
So you hit X to present the
Yeah, let's present-
blackout record. Objection.
Okay.
This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in the statement, Your Honor.
How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related?
They aren't, are they?
Nope.
Oh, we said
Not at all.
Mr.
Mr. Wright,
Wright,
please
please
think the facts over before making accusations.
All right, so we did it one too soon.
That didn't win.
Well,
I
Alright,
thought
so-
to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. That's right. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone.
Okay, and we did establish that public phone should work in a blackout, so that's not necessarily a contradiction.
I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
Can we press on that?
Uh,
Well,
s-
not.
So
I
do
don't.
we have to present the
We
evidence
don't.
on the
Yeah,
right
I don't think we
frame?
need to present the evidence. We just need to ask for clarification on why he knows it was 1 p.m.
Right. Like, can we? What does press do?
Yeah, just press him on this.
Hold it. 1 p.m.? Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. Okay. This is going a different way than I had to go
Okay, but
originally.
we're making progress though, so let's go.
He seems really confident. 1 p.m.?
Very oddly
right.
confident.
Doesn't that sound sane? Doesn't
Nothing
that seem
happens at 1
strange?
p.m.
Present some evidence to contradict them. All right, so I didn't press it on my last playthrough.
Wait a
I
minute.
just hit R.
Is there an autopsy report?
I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
Is there an autopsy report? The time of death should be in it.
Time of death was between
Oh,
4
fuck
and-
yes. Rub it right in his fucking face.
That's right. Objection.
I think this trial is over.
You found the body at 1 p.m. Are you sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
You idiot.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was nobody to
No
body
body
to find at 1 p.m. Wow. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
Smug Phoenix.
That. Objection.
Oh,
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
after his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw It. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. Why are we whispering? Lies. Well, I don't want them to know that I'm coaching Phoenix in the middle of the damn trial. Lies always beget more lies.
Beget.
Sounds like Beckett. Now I'm hungry. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
You're just gonna completely change it now.
Witness
Okay.
testimony.
The court will accept this wholeheartedly.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time.
heard.
There was a voice saying the time. It probably
Okay.
was coming from.
Okay, either there
from
was
the
a midget in the
television.
apartment, or this guy's lying because there's no power.
Uh,
Unless there's a battery.
oh, but it
operated
was
thing.
3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program.
Of a taped.
That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about that misunderstanding.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
You know what to do. I've got this. I've got this one. And I'm not Mia. Cross-examination.
Okay.
All right, you see, when I found the body, I heard the time.
There was a
Yeah,
just
there was
throw
a
the fucking
blackout.
blackout at
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
This was a voice
Don't even
Probably coming
dignify
from the-
this sucker's
probably
testimony.
from the king.
And apparently we're like in Bolshevik Russia right now because of really red flags.
Yep, so we'll present the evidence of the blackout record here. Objection. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Well, Irk.
Friends has a point. 2 points to Gryffindor. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sullivan?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite.
Everyone here's Southern.
Wait. I remember now.
Oh, Mr. Salt, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Salt. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Witness testimony. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim.
That was a statue.
That
wasn't a
must
clock.
have been what I saw.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. All right, I think the defendant is guilty.
Man, what a terrible lie. He knows the clock
Yeah,
wasn't the murder
that
weapon.
was not.
Gladly.
Throw that murder weapon at him and explain exactly
Cross-examination.
how this thing is a clock. He thinks the time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Nope.
Time's up.
That's right there.
It is rather heavy. Wait, what's that thing on the bottom? Oh, never mind.
Wait just a moment.
I really hope there's just a clock underneath it.
Yeah, it looks kind
The
of like
murder weapon wasn't
that
a
might just be a
clock.
plaque.
It was this statue. Now, how's this supposed to be a clock?
That is a good question.
Why, you with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are?
lawyer.
Just answer the question, Mr. Solid. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes, Mr. Payne.
as the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. It is a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Shit, do we?
I want to say yes.
Because it doesn't look like a clock. That's not. You're not just going to see that and expect that it's a clock.
Well, and there's quite a clever reasoning for this too.
Wait,
Your
it
Honor, there is a
announces-
gaping hole in the witness's testimony.
Yeah, he said he saw it this time instead of heard it.
The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. They did mention that moving
Yeah.
the neck is how it tells you the time. Yet the witness testified he never entered the apartment.
That's true.
Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh, yeah. Prove it. Prove I went in there.
I just
I'll
did.
do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her.
It's a bit of a leap, Phoenix.
It's
but,
you struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Oh, we're in anime territory now.
Riff raff, street
no,
raff.
we're assuming he didn't just make this all
Order.
up.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Solwit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
Well, what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless. Just look at the witness's face. Nah, girl.
Would the witness care to explain his face? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock. I heard. No, I mean I saw nothing. Guau!
Oh, it's too late.
Shut up! I hate you. It was him. I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn.
Well,
Give
that's-
him death.
I think I saw a contradiction in there, Your Honor.
Street rat.
Order in the court. I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor.
you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Solwit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply...
Well, we could try sounding the clock.
Yeah.
Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock?
No, it's mine.
I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
Oh.
Exactly 3 hours off.
How far away
Ack!
from Paris are we?
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr.
Oh,
Solwit
true.
heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Solwit, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! Ha ha! You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it wasn't running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
I think we've raised more than the shadow of a doubt. I'm just saying.
He's right. How am I going to prove that?
Why is
Damn it.
I love how
I was
we're the
so very
prosecution
close.
in
Did
this
we
case
just
now.
rope-a-dope this into becoming the prosecution? Mr. Wright, I don't think this trial was going where I thought it was. It seems you lack the critical evidence to defend your client by proving somebody else guilty immediately.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I have to kill your defendant. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of
Oh, we
Frank
can't check the batteries
Solid.
now?
Yeah, that's weird.
I came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal. You lawyers are all slime. Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Oh, so we gotta think ahead and.
Not
Oh,
so
wait.
fast, Mr. Sawet.
Tutorial mode. Oh.
Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over.
It's hard.
I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it.
Okay, she just got back from
Ask
Paris.
yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reasons.
So are we in Japan or
I,
Brooklyn?
neither of those
Right,
are 3 hours
right.
in Paris.
So maybe it's fast then.
Can you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Well, yes. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right?
It's 2001. We don't have
Find it
GPS on every
and
phone.
let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, I took your judge.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
took- Yeah. You say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim with beyond a doubt.
A signed confession
Ha!
from Mr. Solid.
Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
That's very unusual for you to say, Mr. Solid.
So you guys are right. She
Yeah,
it was
just got
because
back.
she was
Just
in
got
Paris.
back from Paris.
Take
Yeah.
that.
It's like the only
Victim
piece
had
of
just
evidence we
returned
had.
home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is
Okay.
9 hours.
We all
That might
know
be
that,
okay.
yeah.
When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Solid? Or should I say Mr. Did It? Nah.
Oh god, we killed him right there.
Order, I say.
We've given this man the death penalty.
Yes. Well, this case certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. I should see where he went.
He was arrested. He's been
Oh.
taken away, Your Honor.
I figured out. I figured I would have seen that, but okay. Very well. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly.
And an indictment at that.
Yeah. And find the true culprit at the same time. And give him rabies. At this point, this is a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, the father.
Not guilty.
Yay! Well, he's just there the whole time.
And he's
Do you think this is how Japanese courts are really set up with the guy on trial just
With-
standing there
yeah,
by himself?
with confetti ready to go and balloons ready to drop. Japan does have a 99% conviction rate, though, so I imagine the confetti isn't.
wow.
It's very. There's a lot of
It
reasons.
turns
for
out that Frank Solwit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day,
Oh, he
when
thought
Larry
that guy-
went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Solwit let himself in to do his dirty work.
Oh, she was angry.
While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Solwit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Dun, 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 dun.
Woo! I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
G minor.
I've never seen the chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over, man.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good.
Wait, no, I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
Ellipsis. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was a... never mind.
Want to finish that
Congratulations,
thought, you son
Harry.
of a bitch? Harry?
It was
Yes,
Harry
you.
Butts.
I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
What the hell am I doing with my hand down there? Oh, okay. Charging up a thumbs up. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner?
Oh no, I couldn't.
I was talking to the guard.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, right. You're still
Oh,
here.
hey. Here, take this as a present. They just gave
A
me the
present
murder
for
weapon.
me?
Do you
Wait,
win the murder
wasn't
weapon if
this-
you get proven innocent?
Wasn't that evidence?
Actually,
He made it?
I made the clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Oh, he had two.
Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
She notices the blood on the top of it now.
Yeah. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. I developed another voice. She was just playing me for a fool. Does that make you just want to cry?
Larry. Are you so sure?
Squeeze me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
But the most safest place would be Gunga City. Now you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right. Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
The autopsy report.
Oh, yeah, right.
What the?
What the heck is she talking about?
The attorney's badge.
Uh,
Give him the attorney's badge. Make Larry Butts the new attorney.
Take that.
Aw.
Check this out. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh?
You made this clock so good, it killed her.
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever. She just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling.
You should-
Well, make of it what you will.
It was her self-defense weapon.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. You can be my wingman anytime.
Hope that made him feel a little better.
You're dangerous, Phoenix. You can be my wingman anytime.
Speaking of that, is the new one out yet?
New Top Gun? I'm not sure.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also,
You went to law
hopefully,
school without learning that. But
hopefully you realize
Today's
things
trial
can
has been
change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we know is we believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never.
This trial was
sage
brought
advice, man.
by viewers by you.
Well, I think our
by
work
viewers
is
like
done
you.
here. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I think so.
Say, how about dinner on me? Well, drink a toast to innocent butts.
Unsoiled butts.
Excellent.
Oh, speaking of Harry,
I love how she just keeps calling him Harry.
Yeah. It's a good name.
you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me about it more sometime. Maybe over drinks?
Jesus Christ.
And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends.
Gee, Nick, good to have friends, see?
But I'm sure he's not going to pay us unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident.
This
And my
game-
promise to tell the chief about me and
Oh
Larry
my God, this game came out in 2001.
would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep.
Wait, she died?
The end.
The end.
All right, so that's the end of the first episode. Thanks for joining us.
It's a hell of a
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks dazzling.
We'll be back to start with episode 2.
Yeah, brand new episode has been added.